Good morning. Today, let's talk about a topic that is often whispered about, but rarely addressed openly: a man with no friends. It's a narrative many experience, yet it carries a weight that shapes lives profoundly. The concept of a man with no friends brings to light a fundamental aspect of human existence: the profound need for connection. Human beings are inherently social creatures, biologically and psychologically wired to form bonds with others. Friendships provide more than just companionship. They offer emotional support, a sense of belonging, and a buffer against the stresses of life. When those connections are absent, the effects can be deeply felt, rippling through every aspect of a person's well-being. Isolation, particularly when prolonged, can significantly impact mental health. Studies consistently show a strong correlation between loneliness and conditions such as anxiety, depression, and feelings of worthlessness. Without the affirming presence of friends, a man may find himself doubting his value or questioning his purpose. He might internalize the absence of friendships as a personal failing, which can lead to a cycle of negative self-perception. This mindset not only makes it harder to form new relationships, but also deepens the emotional void created by loneliness. Beyond mental health, the lack of friendships can have physical consequences. Isolation has been likened to other well-known health risks, such as smoking or obesity. It can increase the likelihood of chronic illnesses, including heart disease and high blood pressure. The absence of close relationships often leads to increased stress levels, which in turn can weaken the immune system and leave the body more susceptible to illness. While these effects are not always immediately apparent, their cumulative impact can be significant over time. Life without friends also creates a void in everyday experiences. Shared laughter, mutual support during tough times, and the joy of celebrating life's milestones together are all elements that enrich human life. A man without friends may feel as though he is living on the sidelines, watching others partake in the connection and camaraderie he longs for. This sense of exclusion can compound feelings of loneliness, making it even harder to take steps toward building meaningful relationships. Moreover, the absence of friends can affect decision-making and personal growth. Friends often serve as sounding boards, offering advice, alternative perspectives, or simply a listening ear. In their absence, a man may struggle to navigate challenges or make significant life decisions. The lack of feedback from trusted individuals can lead to a sense of isolation even in one's thoughts, as there is no one to validate ideas, share dreams, or challenge assumptions. However, it is important to recognize that the impact of isolation is not uniform. Some people are naturally more introverted and may not feel the same emotional toll from a lack of friendships as others. Nevertheless, the majority of individuals thrive when they have at least a few meaningful connections. Friendships do not have to be numerous or grandiose to provide a sense of fulfillment. Often, it is the depth and authenticity of a connection that matters most. The weight of living without friends is a heavy one, but it is not insurmountable. Acknowledging the effects of isolation is the first step toward understanding its impact and finding ways to address it. It is a reminder of the essential role friendships play in the tapestry of life and the importance of fostering connections to nurture both mental and physical health. The absence of friends can be a challenging reality, but it also presents an opportunity for profound personal growth and self-reliance. When external support systems are limited or non-existent, individuals are often compelled to turn inward, exploring their strengths and discovering aspects of themselves they might not have otherwise encountered. This journey of self-reliance fosters resilience, independence, and a deeper understanding of one's own capabilities. Being alone provides the time and space to reflect on one's values, aspirations, and goals without the influence of others. It allows for a clearer sense of identity to emerge. In a world often filled with external noise, expectations, opinions, and comparisons, solitude offers the gift of clarity. A man without friends can use this time to determine what truly matters to him, unencumbered by the need to conform or seek approval. This self-awareness is a cornerstone of personal growth, as it forms the foundation for decisions and actions that align with one's authentic self. Furthermore, self-reliance teaches invaluable life skills. Without a network of friends to lean on, individuals often become more resourceful, learning to solve problems on their own and navigate life's challenges with ingenuity. This independence builds confidence, as each hurdle overcome reinforces a sense of competence and control. The ability to rely on oneself is a strength that not only serves in the absence of friendships, but also enhances one's interactions with others. A self-reliant individual enters relationships from a place of strength. contributing rather than solely seeking support. Another significant aspect of being alone is the opportunity for personal enrichment. Without the distractions of social obligations, a man can invest time in self-improvement, whether through education, hobbies, or physical fitness. These activities not only enhance skills and knowledge, but also provide a sense of accomplishment and purpose. For instance, pursuing a passion or mastering a new craft can be deeply fulfilling, offering a sense of progress and growth that is independent of external validation. Solitude also encourages emotional resilience. In the absence of constant companionship, individuals are often faced with their own thoughts and emotions, leading to a better understanding of how to manage and regulate them. This emotional intelligence is a critical component of personal well-being, allowing one to handle stress, setbacks, and uncertainties with grace. Over time, the ability to process emotions independently fosters a sense of inner peace and stability that is not reliant on the presence of others. However, it is important to note that while self-reliance and solitude can be empowering, they should not be mistaken for isolation. The goal is not to reject the idea of friendships altogether, but to find balance using solitude as a tool for growth while remaining open to future connections. This balanced approach ensures that independence does not turn into loneliness, but becomes a source of strength that enriches all areas of life. Ultimately, being a man with no friends is not a permanent condition. It is a phase that can be leveraged for self-discovery and growth. It is an opportunity to become more attuned to one's own needs, values, and potential, laying the groundwork for a life that is fulfilling, whether shared with others or experienced in moments of quiet self-reliance. For a man with no friends, the prospect of rebuilding connections and forming meaningful relationships may feel daunting, but it is an entirely achievable and transformative process. The absence of friendships is not a permanent state. It is a phase that provides the opportunity to reassess, redefine, and reestablish how one connects with others. Building meaningful relationships requires intentional effort, self-awareness, and a willingness to embrace vulnerability. But the rewards of genuine companionship make the journey worthwhile. The first step toward rebuilding connections begins with self-reflection. Understanding why friendships have been absent or why they may have faded is crucial. This involves examining past behaviors, patterns, and choices that might have contributed to isolation. Were there missed opportunities to connect? Were certain attitudes or fears preventing the formation of close bonds? Honest self-assessment can shed light on areas that need improvement, whether it's better communication, showing more empathy, or stepping out of one's comfort zone. Equally important is letting go of the fear of rejection. The vulnerability required to initiate friendships can be intimidating, especially if one has faced rejection or loss in the past. However, every new interaction is an opportunity to create something meaningful. Reframing rejection as a natural part of the process rather than a personal failing can make it easier to persist in building connections. Cultivating new relationships often begins in familiar or accessible settings. Community activities, hobbies, or shared interests provide excellent opportunities to meet like-minded individuals. Joining a class, volunteering, or participating in local events creates environments where connections can form organically. In these spaces, shared experiences serve as icebreakers, making it easier to initiate conversations and build rapport. Authenticity is the cornerstone of meaningful friendships. While it may be tempting to present an idealized version of oneself to win others over, true connections are built on honesty and vulnerability. People are drawn to those who are genuine, who show interest, and who are willing to listen and share. Expressing kindness and empathy fosters trust, which is essential for deepening relationships. Rebuilding friendships also involves nurturing the connections that have already begun. It's not enough to make initial contact. Relationships grow through consistent effort. Small gestures, such as remembering a detail from a conversation, offering help, or celebrating someone's achievements, can strengthen bonds over time. Showing appreciation for others' presence in your life reinforces the connection and creates a sense of mutual value. It's also important to recognize that not all connections will evolve into deep friendships, and that's okay. Casual acquaintances and lighter social interactions still play a role in reducing feelings of isolation and enriching life. Our friendships exist on a spectrum, and each type serves a unique purpose. Finally, patience is key. Rebuilding connections and forming meaningful friendships is a gradual process. It requires persistence and an open heart. As relationships begin to flourish, the rewards become evident: feelings of belonging, support during challenges, and the joy of shared experiences. Ultimately, the effort to rebuild connections is a journey of growth, both personally and socially. It not only enhances the quality of life, but also reaffirms the innate human capacity to connect, share, and thrive in the company of others.